Bluetooth speakerphones, let's find out which one's better. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out conference speakerphones. I have the EMEET Luna Bluetooth speakerphone, and I have the AIRHUG 01 Bluetooth speakerphone. And immediately you can see that the AIRHUG's a little bit smaller and a little bit skinnier. They are about the same price, but the question really is, which one's going to work better for you? Now, here's the scenario. You are working at home, you're working in the office, you actually need to connect with someone else, you need a speakerphone, but you don't want to get one of those big clunky units, you want something small and portable. Now, these both have Bluetooth, these both connect via USB cable to your computer if you need to do it that way, and one of them at least has a built-in dongle. This is a 2.4 gigahertz dongle, so you can just plug this into a PC. A lot of conference rooms have old PCs sitting somewhere. Just plug it in and you're ready to go. No configuration needed. That's the EMEET unit, right? So that's basically what you want to do, but you don't always have a quiet conference room. So I'm going to let you hear what both of these would actually transmit to someone on the other end of the line, but we're also going to use this to add some factory shop noise to give you that sense of what would it be like if you were in a noisy environment. Both companies say they do a good job with that. We're going to find out. Now, let me give you some specs first. So this is the EMEET Luna, and it has a 360-degree pickup, which it does by having 3 microphones on the unit. It also gets really loud. This is actually a nice speaker in that if you're in a big room, you need to turn the volume up pretty high so people can hear this, whoever's on the other end. It also, of course, has a noise reduction system. They're very proud of their AI to cut back all the background noise when someone's talking. We're going to test that. We'll see how that works. Now, it does operate with Bluetooth 4.2, but it also can connect via USB or AUX, or as I showed you, there is that little dongle, so that's something easy to use if you don't want to hassle with anything else. One really cool addition for this is that you can get a second unit and you can daisy chain them together with a custom cable you'll have to buy, but you can have 2 of these on a really big conference table and they will work in sync, so it will automatically figure out who's talking and give them the best audio for the other side. Really cool. Now, this is a bit of a bigger unit. It has a bigger battery, 2600 milliamp hours, and that gives it 6 hours of running time. So size-wise, it's 4.7 inches by 1.5 inches by 10 ounces. It is definitely a bit bigger than the AIRHUG unit. So let's give it some tests. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually play some music through it. So let's see how that sounds. And what I want to do is I want to turn the volume up so you can hear. It gets pretty darn loud. And again, why that's important is you might have a room full of people and the person on the other end, hang on, that's a bit loud, but the person on the other end really wants to talk. They really want to share their thoughts. If they're really quiet and you can't make them loud, then that's problematic. So the bigger test, of course, is that we want to actually record my voice. So to do that, I have paired it with my iPhone, and this is a little bit tricky here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a recording. There we go. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to record. So you're going to hear what this is recording. And partway through, I'm going to turn on that factory noise. So now you're hearing the voice as it's picked up by the EMEET Luna. So this would be at the conference table, and I would be one of the people sitting at the conference saying, oh, hang on, I want to make a point. And then, unfortunately, someone opens the door to the factory, and things are pretty loud back there. So now the question is, can it differentiate my voice so that I'm still easily understood even with all this noise in the background? You can hear the results. It's actually pretty impressive. Now, let's switch to the other device. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the factory noise. And then I have to switch which unit is paired to my phone. So that's easily done. I will disconnect the Luna, which will then make that sound for a moment or two. Then I will connect the AIRHUG, and I don't know if you noticed, but the lights indicated that it became connected, and this one made that sound to say it was disconnected. So both of them have nice sort of designs here. And I didn't show you, let me show you real quick, is that the EMEET Luna has a bunch of very easily understood buttons on the front. And then on the side are a number of different connections, including AUX, which is important. Whereas the AIRHUG, all of those controls are on the front, but on the side are much more simple connections. It's just two USB-C plugs. So we have the AIRHUG. So our first test now, just to keep things fair, is we're going to go to music and we're going to play the music. There we go. I see. So now I'm going to turn this as loud as I can get. And it's definitely not as loud. Hang on. It's definitely not as loud as the EMEET unit, but it still sounds pretty good. It's a smaller speaker, so it has a lower quality audio, but for voice, it's probably plenty good enough. If you have someone auditioning for music, then you probably want something with a bigger, higher quality speaker. But this AIRHUG unit, it also has a 360-degree pickup. As far as I can tell, it's only a single mic. This one has 3 microphones in an array. It does also have a smart noise reduction system, which we'll be testing in a moment. And this one runs on Bluetooth 5.0, whereas the EMEET is Bluetooth 4.2. For this, it probably doesn't actually matter. The big difference between 4 and 5 on the Bluetooth protocol is that it lowers the latency, but that's much more of an issue with things like earbuds or headphones. So for this, Bluetooth 5.0 or USB-C, you can plug it in directly. AIRHUG does have a dongle you can have to plug in and use that 2.4 gigahertz frequency. You'll have to buy that separately. It doesn't come included. It is smaller. It has a smaller battery, only 2,000 milliamp hours, but it's 15 hours of use. This one, with its 2,600 milliamp hour battery, only gives you 6 hours of use. So this is a lot less frequent you need to charge this, but it is smaller. It is 4 inches by 1.2 inches, and it's 8 ounces. So all around it's smaller, which makes it more portable, but then there's those other trade-offs. Now, let me make sure that we have things hooked up properly and go over to recordings. And now I'm going to be recording my voice. So what you're hearing right now is my voice as picked up by the AIRHUG. So this again is simulating a conference room, and then someone opens that door again. So now we have all those factory noises in the background, and you can hear how it separates out my voice from all that background noise. And again, it does a good job. It's actually entirely functional. So let me stop this, and let me stop my other recording, and let me turn off the factory. Maybe, there we go. So that's basically how this is all set up, and I think that both of them have their uses. Both of them actually could work for your company, and there's some other things we should talk about. One of which is that the EMEET has this, and it comes with these 2 cables, one of which is for 3.5 millimeter AUX, the other one is a USB-C charging and connectivity cable, and of course it also has that dongle. So all of that's included with the EMEET Luna, whereas with the AIRHUG, it actually comes with a portable carrying case, which is really nice. It's a nice little case, and then in the case there are of course instructions and a reference card, and then finally there are actually 2 cables. There is a very small USB-C to USB-C connection cable, and there is a longer USB-C to USB-A charging or connectivity cable. So this one, I really like the carrying case. That's pretty slick if it's something you are going to be moving around. But at the end of the day, what I care much more about is the sound. And it's hard to avoid the fact that the EMEET Luna has a better speaker, so it sounds much better. The people on the other end are just going to sound better to you. And when I listen to the recordings, I think this does a better job of transmitting voice with background noise. Again, you know, the trade-off for that is it's a little less portable. It doesn't have a carrying case. It's a bit bigger. It's a bit heavier. So that's my comparison. That's my demo. You should rely on your ears. You've heard samples from both in these environments that I've set up, so you can make your decision. My point is that I think that the EMEET Luna just slightly edges out the AIRHUG 01, but we also need to talk about the price. So before we get to the price, I'm going to ask, can you please subscribe to my channel? Click or tap on subscribe, click or tap on that bell icon, and you've got notifications. If this was valuable or interesting or both, go ahead and give me a like or a thumbs up. If I missed something you would have liked, then go ahead and also tell me that in the comments. Really appreciate comments and feedback. Okay, the EMEET Luna is $119.99, discounted down to $69.99, and there's currently a 10% discount, dropping it down to $62.99, which makes this a no-brainer addition to any conference room, even if it's just your home office. The AIRHUG is $99.99, discounted down to $69.99, and there's a $5 coupon. So this one's $64.99. Both of these are at Amazon.com. So EMEET Luna, $62.99 at Amazon.com. AIRHUG 01, $64.99 at Amazon.com. They're both solid options for you. I personally think that the EMEET edges out the AIRHUG, but you can make your own decision. That's all I got. I'm going to go back to the factory floor. So I'll catch you in my next video.